Welcome back guys to another tutorial with Haven and Hearth, and today's episode we're gonna explain FEP, food event point, and we're also gonna build our first boat. So, food event points, these guys, and mostly what they do is increase your attributes, and as you can see I have 4.0 of 7.6, which means that I have a little bit over halfway to getting my attribute point. And the way it does that is, as you fill up this bar with whatever it is you eat, at the moment I have 2.0 agility and 2.0 constitution. Whenever I should go and fill this up, there is a chance that any of these that I fill up will increase 1 point in my attributes. So in the beginning, one way to increase intelligence is to harvest and eat the blueberries, and they're pretty easy to find. You just need, I think, 2 or 3 in exploration, and you should start finding them. And also, by raiding anthills, you will get a good source of agility, perception, and also dexterity. But we will come more into that later. There are even better ways to increase your attributes and even faster ways, which require hunting and farming. But over to our boat. I have started here placing the sign, and for a rowboat we need 40 boards and 5 blocks. So let's get sewing. Now while we are building our boat, I should also go over our skill values a little bit. As I said before, unarmed combat you should start to get up to at least 5, and if you can, get it up to 10. This will make it much easier to raid anthills in the beginning. And you should also increase exploration. And as for survival, you should first and foremost get it to 10. But after you reach level 10 in survival, you will start seeing higher quality resources in the wild, and they are all connected to their soil quality. And as we are building our boat, we really should increase our survival, because this will help us in the task we're going to do after this boat building, and that is to find a better place or more suitable place to settle. Now a good thing with a boat is that you can transport 2 containers in it, and in this case we have 2 crates, which we're gonna fill with the necessary equipment to start a claim and then hopefully start building a house of some sort. Now there are a couple of things we should do before we go away with our boat, and that is to get ourselves a backpack. And for that we need, first and foremost, tanning tubs. And they require 3 boards to make. And as you can see, we only need 12 more boards for the boat. And you should also try and keep your study maintained, so you get your learning points at a continuous rate. You never want to be completely empty. And as you may have noticed, it has been rather quiet in this area, not much traffic at all. I don't think I've seen any sign of life, at least not yet. And as you can also see, I am passing over my Hearth wire without having to walk around it. And that is a great way to block off entrances. If you have just built a round pole fence and don't want to put a gate, you can put a Hearth wire in an opening and only you can pass through it. And we should display my claim area here. Now when we move away from this area, we will declaim, and by doing that we will be returned with the learning points that it costed to claim this area here, but we won't unfortunately get our resources back. So that's why it's important to gather those resources before we move away. And as you can see, it takes quite some time to build a boat, but it's time well spent, I say. Mostly because the rivers are a good way for transporting yourself, and it's also a good way to find resources such as forgeables and also biomes to forage in. And also rivers contain one of the better. Curious. And that is the peculiar flotsam. And as you can see, we have our boat here, and we can open it, and we have 2 slots here, which we can put any container we want. But now let's build our tanning tubs, and they require 3 boards each. Which means that we need 3 logs to make 4 tubs. And we can put on the grid system by pressing Ctrl and G and build a tanning tub. And we can easily do it like this. And it seems I'm out of logs. Well, I need a couple more anyway. And one there. So let's chop this tree down. Oh, and as you can see on my minimap, we have a new icon here, and this is chanterelles, and if I'm not mistaken, they will give us, I think it's dexterity. We can pick it up and see. And yes, that gave us one more point to our FEP. And as you can see, I have 5 of 5.4. Now to make leather, we also need water and a piece of bark. And we need at least 60 liters for each tub. And how we are getting water to our tubs, I will show in a minute. Now, instead of putting 4 dried hides into 1 tanning tubs, we can only put 1 hide per tub. And it's of course better to use a bigger hide like boar, bear, or deer, or even cows, as they will give you 4 leather per hide. But in the beginning, rabbit hide is good enough. We aren't really concerned with the quality at the moment. Now let's see. We should start with getting ourselves some buckets. Now these may be low quality, but the quality doesn't matter at all. So we're off to get some water. Now, one thing that I forgot to tell about swamps is that in the beginning you might want to be a bit careful. And the reason I'm saying this is when you walk in these areas, there is a quite high chance you will get a leech on you, like here, and they will drain health from you, but they will also restore hard hit points. Well, at least there's a chance they will, but in the beginning be sure to remove them, because when you are damaged, your food will drain faster and you will get hungry, and you might actually die of starvation without even knowing it. And also one more thing, walking in the marshes will drain stamina very fast, so you might find yourself stuck there and unable to leave. And also here you can see some rats. You should pick one up. And now we can make rats on a stick, which is a kind of food. It will give you FEPs in Psych, and that is good if you are planning on becoming a smith or jeweler or anything like that. But that is very distant for us at the moment. And as you can see, we've filled our first tub up with water. I'm not now gonna add the bark, and you can see the water turns brownish. That means that there's enough of resources in it to create leather of any type. And I will also show you a trick or bug, whatever you want to call it, that will speed up the process of making leather. And I don't know why it hasn't been fixed yet, as it's been here for quite some time. And what the trick or bug does is that when you fill all the resources and requirements for making leather into a tub, you can put it in another container, like a boat, log off and log in again, take out the tanning tub and place it on the ground, and we'll set the progress to 92%. And that could be quite useful sometimes. Especially if you are in a very trafficked area and you want to make sure that no one steals your stuff. And also there is a world map. I will put a link in the description to where you will find it. And from there you can navigate and possibly find where you are located and maybe find a better place to settle. Or you maybe just want to find out if you have any active neighbors. And while I'm at it, I can actually show you the bug right away. So, easy thing, just pick it up, right click the boat and place it in one of the slots. And like that. And now you just log out and log in again. So, and now you open and we can put it right back here on the ground. And as you can see, the progress is set now to 92%, meaning that it's about 30 minutes left. And as you can see, there's a little bit of lag just when you start up, at least this for me. Now, the reason I'm making leather is that I want a backpack, and that just expands my inventory by 2x4. And now you're thinking, but 2x4, that ain't that much. Well, it's good enough for you in the beginning. You won't be carrying around that much anyway. On my main character I have 1 water bucket, 2 water flasks, and that's it. And water flasks are smaller than water skins and can hold 10 liters of water. And that just takes up 2x3, so 6 squares, which will mean that you have 18 squares left to fill up with forgeables and all that jazz. And as you can see, we are soon done. Just one more trip. Now if there is any of you that have any suggestions that you want to see how it's done, or if you just want some information on some stuff, feel free to leave a comment below and I will try my best to fulfill them. And I am by no means a pro at this game, but I do have a lot of experience and understand the game technical stuff and stuff like that. And also one more thing, when we are finally leaving this area and after we have declaimed this spot, the things we leave behind will decay over time. So if we get back here in 1 month, there may not be anything left. And let's take one piece of bark and put it in the boat. And logging out again. There. And as you can see, we can pick up the boat if you want to. Not that I want to do that right now, but you just want to open it and take our stuff out. Now this should be set to 92%, yep. So in about half an hour I will log in again and take our finished leather and make our first backpack. I'll see you then. So as you can see, the tubs are empty. That indicates that the process is done. Unfortunately, I recorded this just a bit earlier and somehow the recording disappeared. So I'm just gonna show you that, as you can see, the water here has lowered and it's below 60%, which means I have to fill up another 20 liters of water. And also the bark has gone down a little bit. Now when you finally get the leather, you simply go into leatherworking backpack and you can see 4 leathers make 1 backpack. You craft it and you put it on your avatar and it gets equipped automatically. And there we have it. Now, is there anything you want me to show or go over with you? Please put it in the comment below. Until then, I'll let you enjoy these videos. Have a good time and I'll see you next time. Bye.